Hi, we are Kiki and Leon, and we have been living here since 3 months now. We really love it living off the grid in midden of the nature. Thank you Jake and Nicolle for creating this awesome place. But we also really miss it to be on the road. Before we came here, Leon and me traveled through Canada with our campervan. We spent a couple months exploring Canada, from the east to the west coast and up to the beautiful Yukon. So yeah, it was definitely time to be back on the road again. So we finished our first big project and made our way down south. For the first night we actually wanted to stay at the camp lake, but we underestimated the snow. Although we tried it, but as you can see we had to drive all the way backward. But in the end this had also a good thing, we saw a herd of elks. Because it has been already dark, we picked out a random spot to stay for the night. Nothing special next to the road. The next morning we made our way to the Horne Lake. There's a campground where we stayed for only $10. It's next to a beautiful lake with a huge mountain which was covered with snow. And also the forest in this area was stunning. One reason why we went to the Horne Lake were some caves in this area. You could walk there directly from the campsite. There are some guided tours, but we decided to explore the ones you can do yourself. Unfortunately, the lower caves where we went first were not reachable. Everything was flooded because of the rain. I was wondering where the cave is. It is here. Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
I don't know if she can do that.
High five! Super! So then, let's go to Nanaimo.
Yes. Let's go shopping.
Where's the key? Oh. So we just arrived in Nanaimo, and yeah, since we have Kira, every time me or Leon is outside in a store and one of us is here with Kira, because yeah, most stores doesn't allow it to take the dogs with you. No biting. Yeah, so I think I will prepare some food now, some bruschetta, and yeah, I really missed it, the random parking slot dinners. The next day we drove to Victoria and then along the West Coast Highway 14. The weather was so good this day that we decided to visit some nice beaches in this area. First stop was the Sandcut beach. The 400-meter hike down to the beach is beautiful all on its own, with old grown cedar trees and moss and fern everywhere. A few hundred meters further was our personal highlight of the spot, an impressive waterfall that splits into two as it breaks over the sandstone cliffs. You could have even stand under the waterfall like we did here, or climb up to it. After Leon did a backflip, we were heading off to our next stop, the Mystic Beach. It's one of the area's most scenic beaches, located along the shores of the Strait of Juan de Fuca. It's about a 2-kilometer hike from the parking slot to the beach, through beautiful ancient forest and well-maintained trail. If you're wondering why Leon carried Kira in his backpack, that's why we did the other hike before. We want to avoid Kira to walk that much in puppy stage to protect her joints. You found a new friend?
Yes.
Time to say goodbye.
No.
Can you see the rainbow?
Ah, crazy.
Oh, schau mal, der Typ noch sogar da drin.
Ja, voll krass.
Haben wir es geschafft. Oh yeah, I think she's very tired. Yeah, we didn't know that there are 2 different parking slots to the hiking trail, and we took the one further away. So the way back we said, Kira and I'm walking to the closer parking slot, and Leon is running to the other one where we parked, and then he will pick us up. So we're waiting here. For the night we found a spot next to the road. The next morning we recognized that it wasn't even too bad. The forest around us was beautiful, and when we walked a bit further we found a supermassive tree next to a river. Ever since we arrived in Canada, we have been impressed by the epic forests. We've never seen such big massive trees in formations like this. War das knapp?
Die war viel tiefer als gedacht.
Echt jetzt?
Ja, übel.
So we finally found the spot for tonight, and I'm so happy about that because we searched for a long time for a place. So we drove to a lot of wreck sites and they all were closed because it's off season. And then we found one. We drove there and then we saw, because it was so high, that there's a lot of snow and we have no 4x4, so we were not able to drive there. And we were very close to sleep tonight at a pull-out, but now we found this beautiful spot. We had a cozy evening next to the Nitinat River. And what should not be missing at a campfire? Exactly, Stockbrot. For everybody who do not know it, Stockbrot is a simple yeast dough which you wrap around a stick to roast it over the fire. It's very common in Germany and for me a must do while sitting around a campfire. Here you can see a kind of our van life morning routine. I make some coffee while Leon prepares breakfast. He prefers sitting tasks in a van because he's too tall to stand. Actually, if I were only 1 centimeter taller, I couldn't stand in it either. We spent 2 wonderful and chilled days here at the Nicolle River, and after a short walk outside, we drove to our next destination. This was our place for the night. At first sight it looks not special, but close to it there was an amazing waterfall. We could walk directly to the river. With a look down we could see the force of the water very well, and also from a different perspective, from below it looked very impressive. You can see how windy it was down there and how the trees were shaking around. So far we saw a couple waterfalls on Vancouver Island, and they are very unique its own way. After this beautiful stay, we made our way to the camper lake again, luckily without snow this time. Yesterday we arrived very late here at this place. It was already dark, so we just picked a random spot, but I mean, so beautiful here at the camper lake. But we saw that here are a lot of wreck sites, so we will check them out. We will choose our favorite spot and then we stay there for probably a few days and enjoy the sunny weather. But first we have to make the van ready to drive. When we built our camper van, we tried to use mostly natural materials. So we made our isolation and darkening with felt made of sheep's wool. Every morning we roll them up and attach them with push buttons, as you can see here.
For Kira. She wanted to have a look outside.
The big one for the windshield and the windows in front are a bit different. We attach them with suction pads, as you can see here. To store them, we attach the roll over our heads in the driver's compartment to save space. Another step to make the van ready to drive is to turn back the seats. By the way, we are so glad to have that because it opens the room a lot and so we also have more space.
Okay.
Tschüss! We checked out a few places and this is our final spot where we will stay the next days. It calls the Petite Gosling Recreation Site and it has some cute little details which we really like. So the other place is very similar to this, so also with a nice lake view and some mountains around. But when we saw this place, it was clear that we will stay here. Okay. Ich glaube schon.
Sehr gut, komm her, Kira.
Ja, trau dich. Komm her.
Stimmt. Oh Gott! Ah! Wow! Aber magst du nicht einfach durchlaufen? No sourdough bread, but also nice.
And no stockboat.
Yeah, it's easy to make it in a pan in a camper van, but it's no option to make sourdough, I guess. Better than toastbrot.
Yeah, that's right.
Guess what happened at the camper lake? Avalon, our drone, had an accident. Thanks, Leon. Drone surgery.
Ja, geht's nicht mehr so gut. Poor Avalon. Yeah, here you can see from the camera, and here is a little arm and it's broken.
And what do you think?
Yeah, of course.
Is Avalon still alive?
Avalon is repaired.
Avalon is back. And how does it look like? Normal?
Good, yeah?
Oh yeah. Boop. Okay, you broke it, but you repaired it. We were really looking forward to our next destination. So far, everyone in the north has been raving about St. Joseph Bay. Finally, we could be there in person. To get to the beach, you have to walk around 30 minutes. It was a magical walk through the forest. Big trees and beautiful nature everywhere. And also we had the perfect beach weather. One thing what we wanted to say is, thank you all guys for being such a nice community. It's incredible that we are already over 5,000 people. We love it to let you all be part of our journey. And yet this heart is dedicated to you, so again, a big thanks. Close to St. Joe, there was a little wreck site where we spent the night. And the next day we were heading off to Grand Bay. The trail there is an easy hike, maybe about 5 minutes. And the beach is pretty big, quite wide from forest to water and nothing but white sand. And not even one other human was there. It was so impressive to see this untouched nature, nothing except us and the calming sound of the sea. And with a more closely look, we recognized more and more life. In addition to the numerous mussels, we saw some anemones in these little pools. Look how beautiful green their color were shining. And there were also a lot of hermit crabs and little fish in it. Kira got a tan and then we made our way into the van. Because we didn't want to camp at the parking lot, we drove to the Georgie Lake wrecksite to spend the night. This was actually our last day of our trip, so we made our way home. So we just arrived at the Yurt, and all in all, the journey was stunning. Oh, hey, Jinsing. Yeah, the journey was stunning. So Vancouver Island is so beautiful and there's so much to see. And it was a nice variety to the life here. But also we are very happy to be back and we're looking forward for this new chapter. So spring has arrived and we will start with gardening. Yeah, exciting. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.